If you're looking for a super cheap crawler, then this could be the one for you. We've got the latest release from WPL, the D64-1. It's about $60 for this one, 1/16 scale. Let's check this thing out and see what it's like. Okay, let's see what we get in the box. Okay, I don't know if that's meant to be a WPL handkerchief or or what, but that's pretty funky. Spin it around. So it comes nicely packaged. You know, they do always come in like a really tough box as well. So let's figure out what we need to do. Pull these tabs out. Pop this off. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Not the best start. We've got a few pieces hanging off there. It should be an easy fix. It just looks like they've come apart, but yeah, that's the first time I've opened a WPL and it kind of falls apart me when I when I take it out of the box. So yeah, we'll have a look at that in a minute. But you get the actual rig itself. I'm sure hopefully yours will come in one piece. Now they are ready to run. The only thing is they always say they're ready to run, but you do have to stick on like the mirrors, the door handles and stuff. So if you do like model building, you know, it gives you a little bit of stuff to do. And obviously it's a 1/16 scale, it's a hard body, it's based on a Toyota Hilux, I think it's the 5th gen Hilux. But yeah, I do quite like the WPL hard bodies. You know, you do get a full scale interior in there as well. So you don't get opening doors or anything like that, so you'd have to take the body off to get a driver in there and stuff. But yeah, let's see what else we get before we put it back together. You get your bag goodies, which this will be your USB charger, all of your like your mirrors, your spotlights and door handles, anything else you get with it to fully assemble it. You get your little booklet, which will have all your instructions for assembly and everything like that in it. You might have seen in a second ago when my battery came flying out of the rear battery compartment. You get a 2S 7.4 volt Li-ion battery. It's a 500 milliamp hour, so it's not going to have a massive amount of runtime, especially for a 16th scale, but you know, it'll get you going. At least you can order extra batteries. This has baffled me, this little WPL handkerchief thing. It's like, yeah, that's mad. I've never had anything like that before. Weird. Let's just drape that over there, look. It'll just hide its shame for a minute until we fix it. And then you get the other little box that comes inside the box, which is your transmitter. It's just your usual kind of WPL transmitter. Now, it is actually a 4-channel transmitter this time. You know, they're all right. I mean, obviously, it's cheap and cheerful, nothing special. You can adjust your trim, and it looks like this one's probably got the 2 different like steering rates for like a higher steering rate angle. This one does also come with a drag brake out of the box as well, but you can turn it off if you want to. But yeah, otherwise just a very basic kind of transmitter. No foam grip on the wheel, but it is a bit more grippy than some of the others, and it's all right, you know, nothing to shout about. So let's put it back together so then we can actually see what it's like. Now it should just be a simple case of just popping the links back on. There we go, one back on, and then popping this link back on, popping this link back on, which will just go on the inside. There you go, pretty much fixed already. And these shocks, now it does come with adjustable shocks, which, you know, we'll have a look at a bit more detail, but as we need to fix it, it looks like it just literally pushes inside and just clips in, which is a bit weird. So obviously they're not oil-filled shocks, otherwise I'd have oil all over my desk already. I was a little fiddly, but I've got it back together. So you can see they're not oil-filled shocks, like I said, otherwise it leaked everywhere. So it is, you know, bouncy, but the springs well, yeah, hang on, we missed a link on the rear. That's why we've got not very good suspension movement. Hang on, let's put another link back on. At least they're easy to fix. There we go. Okay, now let's try again. There we go. So yeah, it's very springy. It's really high out of the box as well, but they are adjustable. I don't know if you can see there, but you've got adjustable collars, so you can adjust the suspension up and down. So I will be lowering it because it just looks a bit silly, too high if you ask me. But anyway, so the details, so yeah, you've got that hard body, you've got that full interior. The front bumper apparently comes ready to install their WPL winch. You've got an axle mounted steering servo, which is probably, you can get an upgraded one for 17 grams. So I'd imagine this one's probably like 9 grams or something, which isn't a lot for a 16th scale. You can see underneath, you've got a 4-link on the front and on the rear. It's all plastic, so plastic axles, plastic links, plastic drive shafts. It does have metal gears in the axles. But otherwise, you know, it's all plastic. This one is just a single speed, but you can upgrade to a 2-speed if you want to. There are meant to be some improvements on this chassis design versus the previous ones. It'd be interesting to see how much better it is than the original, like, you know, C24s and stuff like that, because obviously they're all 1/16 scale. I do really like the hard bodies you get the WPL rigs, you know, for how cheap they are. Like, you know, there's a nice looking hard body. So your battery will go in the back in here. Just pop it in the back and there's your connector. They upgraded recently to these 4-pin connectors to supposedly make it more reliable and so on. And then that just clips down to hold your battery in. The tyres are quite hard. It does say they're meant to be still grippier than the previous ones. They're not glued or anything like that, so you could just change the tyres if you wanted to. Now, it does say that it's a 5mm hex, so I'm going to take one of these off and see if we've actually got a hex adapter instead of it being screws, because all the older ones you had to use a little screw, which was a bit horrible and didn't make it so great for swapping your wheels and tyres. So I'm going to pop this off and let's have a look and see if we've actually got a, you know, a wheel hex now that we could use other wheels and tyres. So let's get that off. I think I'm going to need some pliers because it looks a bit fiddly to get off. So I popped it off, just a little wheel hex cover, but no, it's still just screws. That's a shame. I was hoping it would actually be a proper wheel hex, but no, it is just still screws. So yeah, never mind. It is one proper bouncy riglet for the suspension. That's like, I mean, like slow-mos and stuff that would probably make for some pretty cool suspension movement, but yeah, it's a bit of a wobble factory, isn't it? Now, the all-in-one electrics, like, you know, ESC and receiver, your power switch, you should be able to just see it's just there, the little red button, just at the back here. It won't be waterproof, so obviously, you know, you do need to be careful running from the water. I have waterproofed my C24 and so on, and you could just use some conformal coating and just, you know, cover the actual electronics in conformal coating. I don't know what this one would be like, but I've generally found in the past the steering servos, you know, they're not too bad in regards to being able to manage a bit of water. But obviously, if you get anything like completely submerged and soak them, they probably are going to break. Let's get our little bag of goodies open and see what we get in there. Hope we didn't need that bit. So you've got all your little spotlights, and you've got your snorkel and stuff like that. You've got your windscreen wipers, door handles and bits and pieces like that as well. You've got your lenses for your spotlights. You've got your mirrors, like chrome mirrors and stuff like that as well. And you get a little 2-amp USB charger to charge the battery that comes with it as well. And you get some stickers. So you've got stickers for your lights and so on, and you get the usual kind of WPL stickers if you want to stick those on as well. So let's get all the bits and pieces on to make it completely ready to run, and then let's see what it's like. Your transmitter takes 2 AA batteries. They don't come included, so you do need to supply those yourself. One thing I do like about how the battery goes in, I just noticed, there's these little tabs here that hold the battery in. Hopefully you can see that. It's super dark. Just clips your battery in like that, pop your cable in, and then just close the lid. And what's nice about that, you don't get the battery shaking around. Whereas on like the old C24s and stuff, it would just go in there and sit in there, and you'd be forever hearing your battery bounce around, and yeah, scale all goes out the window then, doesn't it, to be honest. But it's just nice not to have that annoyance of it bouncing around. So that's a nice little feature. Credit to WPL for doing that. I really like that. So let's turn this thing on and see what it's like. So, steering servo. Let's see if we press the steering rate, if it gives us any more. Oh yeah, so that's your lower steering rate. And then when you press that steering rate button on the controller, it gives you a greater steering angle. It's still not amazing, but you know, it's all right. Hopefully do the job. Yeah, it's not the most powerful steering servo in the world, but you know, it is turning on the desk. I think it's going to struggle a bit when it's out on the trail. Now you might see it looks a little bit lower. I did adjust the spring collars just to lower it a bit to soften the suspension up because it seemed really, really bouncy. It does seem like they're a little bit saggy though. You can see it's kind of sitting lower on the right hand side than it is the left. I think that's just down to the axle design, to be honest. But yeah, so I have lowered it just to give it a bit more, well, lower centre of gravity, really. So first off, let's try our trail speed, see how slow we can go, see how fast we can go, and then let's see what this thing's like on some obstacles. Yeah, it's got plenty of wheel speed on it, you know. It does look pretty cool as well, to be fair. I do quite like the hard body on this one. So first off the bat, the first issue I've noticed is if you feather the throttle, the wheels straight, you can crawl fairly slowly. If you turn the wheels full lock, this is binding up, look. Look at that. And that's how much throttle I'm giving it. Which if I straighten the wheels out, it'll go. But as soon as I turn the wheels, This is kind of binding up, so yeah, so not so great if you actually want to be able to turn while you crawl. But let's just try a little simple obstacle up here and just see how it does. Yeah, it's definitely slow speed control is not his strong point. Okay, and now I don't know what it's doing. Oh my life, this is awful. Where is it? Okay, yeah. Doesn't seem to like actually driving, which is a bit of a problem. Okay, let's try the little bank climb. I don't know what it's going to be like, if it's even going to be able to get up here with this slow speed control. And there we go, that's not bad. It just seems to keep stopping all the time is the problem. Like that, you know, you just lose drive basically. Oh, the WPL police are coming. Let's try the route test, see if we can get up the route. Okay, well I did it pretty easily. See if we can get the next one. Oh, bit of grounding out issues there, I think, on the gearbox. Let's try again. Let's give it a little hop, shall we? Oh, no. I think we're getting stuck on the centre point. It doesn't sound the healthiest thing, to be honest. Yeah, that kind of jamming up is not helping us either. Oh, come on, you can do it. Yeah, it doesn't like, it's just kind of like jamming up, no drive. It's not the strongest drivetrain in the world, I think. Give it one more try, see if we can line it up perfectly for a hop. Close. Yeah, you know, did alright on the first route, but yeah, you can see it's, you know, it's not the best kind of like drivetrain and speed control. I mean, look, it's just binding up and stuff, and yeah. Oh, now we can't go backwards apparently. Okay. I think I may have just spotted part of our problem. The shocks come off again. Man, these things just keep falling apart. They are rubbish. So yeah, I mean, like, it came apart in the box, and now look, I've just been crawling it and the shocks come apart again. So yeah, that's something for WPL to sort out. The way those shocks have just clipped together, awful. So yeah, it's not very good, is it, to be honest? So let's just fix that shock again quickly and carry on. But the build quality is obviously not the best, to be honest. Okay, we got the shock back on there, so at least we can carry on our crawling now. But yeah, it's not very good, is it, to be honest? Came in pieces in the box, fallen apart already on the trail. I haven't had a WPL do that before, to be honest. This new shock design obviously isn't very good. It's got tiny little tabs to hold the shock into the shock cap, and yeah, not great. Should just be one complete. If it was just one complete shock, it would probably be much better. But let's carry on. You can see it just wants to keep stopping on like the little roots and stuff like that, you know. I mean, to be honest, you get the similar kind of issues with the stock TRX 4M, but I mean, at least the stock TRX 4M doesn't fall apart on the trail. Yeah, let's try some more obstacles, and yeah, I can't say I'm overly impressed, to be honest, so far. Same thing again, like, I mean, this, you know, these obstacles aren't exactly hard, are they? This is why I'm picking these really simple obstacles. We can't even get over these, and you've got a bob hope of doing anything else, have you? I mean, like, hello? Can we, like, get some drive? Hey, thank you. No? Okay, well, thank you. Oh, my life. Oh, seriously? Look, there was the almighty twig that stopped us. Oh, dear. I know I said it's not waterproof, but I'm past the point of caring, to be honest. There's some little rocks here we can try and see if we can get over these, run it through the stream, just see what it's like. Let's just run it along here instead. Ground clearance issues. Oh look, another shock came off. What a surprise. I think I'm just going to give up, to be honest. I appreciate it's super cheap and cheerful, but to be honest, I paid like what? You can get the WPL C24 for like $25, and at least with that, you've only paid $25, you know. It's still not much better than this, but I mean, the build quality was better, I would say. You know, this thing just seems to fall apart. The other one, you know, I haven't had any issues with it, and I've been pretty rough with the C24 and the C24-1. I'd say they're better quality than this, and this is over double the price. You know, like I said, I do want to try and like these little cheap rigs, but to be honest, I just find them so frustrating. It just seems like a waste of my time, and to be honest, a waste of your time. I mean, obviously you get to see what they're like before you buy them, which is the whole point, you know, which is why I spend my money buying them, so that you can make the decision as to whether you want to spend your money buying them. But yeah, I find it hard to like stuff about it, you know. I like the hard body, don't get me wrong, cool little hard body, love the fact that it's got a full interior, but the rest of it is just not very good. Take the body off and stick it on something else, yeah, probably really good. Or if you want to throw a load of money at upgrading it, but then to be honest, by the time you spent that much money upgrading it, you might as well have just bought something much more capable out of the box. You know, I know this is obviously hobby grade because you can change stuff and everything, but to me, this one, it just seems a lot more toy grade, you know. It's just a bit too cheap and cheerful. I'm sorry, but it is, you know. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. If you've got one, what do you think of it? Do you disagree with me? You know, that's fine if you do, but yeah, I mean, not for me, I would say, not for me. But anyway, thanks for watching. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll see you on the next one.